Elections. What do you think when you hear this term? You may think that who will be the next PM. You may think that who will be the next CM of a particular state. You may think that which parties are getting how much representation in the parliament. You can think about the participation of women in the politics. You can also think about the participation of marginalized section into the parliament. And what all these thinking shows us? It shows us that India is a very political aware country and election is always an exciting topic for Indians, which is a very good for democracy. However, there are side impacts of this thing that after every 5 years we can see the Lok Sabha election, and in state legislative assembly also we can see that after every 5 years there is an election. But every year we can see that there is an election of one or two states, and that makes a very problematic case for this country because it creates a paramilitary forces burden because so many forces are involved into the electoral activities. It also creates a financial burden because they takes a money to conduct election. The ECI is always involved into the conducting election. So the government of India has come up with a proposal which says about one nation and one election. Hello and welcome to the In News series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about one nation and one election. And this session is important for your GS2 perspective. Moving towards the points of discussion part. So we'll have first of all discussion on news, then we are going to discuss about the important provisions that how it will be implemented if it passed. Then we are going to discuss about what are the debates around that, what are the positive and negative things around it, and then practice question for prelims. Before that, you have to like, share and subscribe to the Drishti IAS channel. Moving towards the news part. So news is that Union Cabinet on Wednesday, which is on 18th of September, had approved the one nation and one election. And after that, this has become a biggest news for this country that every state will have election on the same time. And even the local bodies election, the municipality and panchayati election will also happening within the same time. So this is the news which we are going to cover up in today's session. So here comes to the important provisions. So there was a high level committee which has been formed by the central government, and who was heading this committee? So the previous president of this country, Ram Nath Kovind, was heading this thing, and they had submitted this report to the present president of this country, Draupadi Murmu, on 14th of March. And they had highlighted few provisions, that what are the provisions to implement one nation and one election, and also how it will be implemented. So this is the first thing, that HLC was appointed and the head of the HLC was President Ram Nath Kovind. So this is the first point. The second point is that here we can see that the report has proposed that there will be the simultaneous election. It means that there will be one time frame set for all the states and the local bodies to conduct election. For local bodies, we have 100 days time period, that within 100 days we have to conduct the local bodies election, whether it's municipality or whether it's panchayat election. And for overall state legislative assembly and parliamentary election, there will be the one time frame. So this is the first recommendation has been given to this thing. And for that, he has also suggested some constitutional amendment. So for that, we need constitutional amendment. The first constitutional amendment, that if you want to conduct election at the same time, and the center and state legislative assembly will have a same time election. So in that case, there should be the constitutional amendment of Article 368 of the Indian Constitution. Also, if you want to conduct local bodies election, which is a state matter, and it is written in the 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution that if you want to make any laws related to the state matter, you have to take consent from the state, and the ratification is needed that half of the more states are ready to do that. So this is the second thing, that we need few constitutional changes, and for those constitutional changes there should be the consensus among the parliamentary committee. There should be consensus among the states that they are ready for it. So this is a matter of big question, that is India ready for it or not. So many states has expressed their concern over it, and they are saying that if there will be the one nation and one election, their local issues will not be raised into the parliament, their local issues will not come to the media, and what will happen to the local population? So that creates a big question, that is India ready for the one nation and one election or not? So this is the thing, that first we need constitutional amendment, and second we need ratification, and for all these things we need a special majority. And what is the special majority? The special majority, that to pass a bill, at least half percentage of the people of the parliament, both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, should be ready for that, and they must give accent to that. And for the special majority, you need the person who are present and voting. So 2/3 of the person must adhere to it, that they are ready for it, and they are giving their assent, and they are giving their vote for this thing. So these all things have become a very tricky case for this thing, that how this will happen. Because if you ask about this government, that this government is majority or not, so this time the BJP does not have a full majority. They have made the government with the help of TDP, JDU, and few other parties and few independent parties. So we have to think into this direction, that whether the allies of BJP will be agree to this situation or not. So this is also one of the criteria. The second criteria is that the ratification is needed for the local body election. And what we have seen, that BJP is ruling into the dozen of the states, but few states are going to witness its election. Delhi is going to witness election, Jharkhand, Maharashtra. So what would be the result into these states? We do not know till now. So what will happen if other states will not give their assent to such kind of the provision? So this is also one of the peculiar tasks which center has to perform. So this is the thing. Now we'll come to the next one, that what will happen into this situation, that how we are going to do and perform such kind of a task. Suppose that the center has asked that there should be the provisions, but how these provisions will be implemented? So the committee has said that there will be a notification regarding the simultaneous election, in which the first notification is for the state legislative election and the central election, the parliamentary election, and there will be the what you can say insertion of Article 82A, and Article 82A facilitate the transition to simultaneous election, and this notification will give appointed date, and from that date that would be the final, and from that date after 5 years there will be the next election. And there is also answers to the confusion, that if there will be the early exit of any government, what will happen into that kind of the situation? We have seen that there is a re-poll and re-election happening into that state. So re-poll and re-election will happen for the remaining period. So suppose that if any government collapses after 2 years, so remaining period is of the 3 years. So the election will be held for the 3 years remaining period. So this is the answer to those confusion. And within 100 days, local bodies election will happen. So this is the criteria, that how the particular one nation and one election will implemented. So this is the implementing criteria. Now we'll come to the that there will be also provision of single electoral roll for every territorial constituency. So ECI needs, because there will be the simultaneous election for state legislative assembly, for parliamentary, and also the local bodies election. For that you need a single constituency roll and single electoral roll. And who will be responsible for that? So Election Commission of India will be responsible for that. And for this also you need consent and you need ratification for this half of the states. So this is also the task of the ECI and task of the other states, that whether they are ready for this thing or not. So this is also a peculiar task in front of the center, that for this thing also they need ratification for more than half of the states of this country. So this thing. Now here comes to the question. Before question, I want to discuss few positive and negative points related to it. So many things and so many politicians, so many social activists and experts have raised concern regarding this thing, that we are living in a diverse country and how is it possible to have a simultaneous election. And the answer to this kind of confusion is that before 1967 we used to have simultaneous election, and after that the government started collapsing and we can see a different time period for every state. So this is the answer to that kind of thing, that it has been already possible and we already did it, then why we can't do it now. The second thing is that so many politicians, so many regional parties are raising concerns that if there will be the simultaneous election, what about their state? Their state issues will not come out. Recently we had discussed about the Subhadra scheme and various other state related schemes. And whenever the election is happening, these kind of schemes are coming to the news, and so many people are taking inspiration, so many states are taking inspiration that we need to improve and we need to introduce such kind of the schemes, and we need to highlight that what are the peculiar features and peculiar problems in a states we have. So if there will be the simultaneous election, the media and the people will be more concerned that who will be the next PM of this country rather than who will be the next CM of this state. So this is also a major concern regarding this thing. The third thing they are saying, that the positive point is that if there will be the election, simultaneous election at a time, there will be what you can say less financial burden on the government, and the forces which are posted for this electoral thing, they will be posted for the border and they will be posted for other security measures. So there will be the what you can say peculiar and very effective uses of the forces we have. The positive aspect is that. The negative aspect, they are saying that the regional thing, the local people have their own kind of inspiration and their own kind of aspiration, and if such things will happen, there will be more kind of politicization rather than actual electoral politics and actual electoral exercises happening in this country. So there will be the more what you can say, India will be more central oriented country and unified oriented country rather than a federal country. So this is a constant attack on federalism also. So this is the debate. Here we'll come to the question round. Who is the chairman of the high level committee on One Nation One Election? Draupadi Murmu, Ramnath Kovind, Narendra Modi, Amit Shah. So you have to answer this into the comment section. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries related to this session, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you and have a nice day.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.